Hi guys and welcome to my set guide. In this guide I will show you how I play set from the mid lane. First off, I will present myself and why I make this video, then the abilities if you're not familiar with set, and after this I will show you how I play set with the runes and masteries, and at last we'll get some in-game footage. I hope you enjoy. Alright, so I'm a Diamond 1 mid laner. I usually play set a lot. I have some good stats on him as you can see, and I'm usually around the 50 points. I've played LoL nearly since the beta, so I have quite a lot of knowledge at this point. So I figured out I would like to share some of it with you guys with this set guide I'm gonna make here. Alright, let's move on. So right now I'm gonna show you the runes I use for set. As you can see here, I use armor pin marks. Just so that you can hit a little harder, because usually that will know that they're against you, your opponent, so that they'll have armor, so it's always nice with some armor pin, otherwise you won't do that much of a damage. I use armor seals, because as you are melee, you will get poked a lot by auto attacks, and you are pretty easy to hit. This is why I use armor here. I also use magic resistance glyphs, just because mid lane there's usually a lot of AP bursters, or this is the home of the mages, so it's always nice with some magic resistance to sustain through the lane. And then I have some flat physical damage in the contestances, so that you can hit a little harder. Yeah. Alright, so let's move on to my masteries I use for that. As you can see here, I run a pretty standard 2190 rune page. I take the 21 in offense, so that you'll do more damage. As you can see, I'm not picking up the attack speed masteries. Instead, I'm going for the cooldown reduction instead, because I find that more useful. And in defense, you also just want to know who your mid laner opponent is. If it's a mage, you would want to pick 3 points in resistance, which is the magic resistance one, instead of 2 points in hardiness. Then you only had 1 in hardiness, but it's alright because you have more magic resistance. And then again, the opposite, if you're against them in AD mid laner, you want to pick up the armor instead of the resistance, which is magic resistance. But you always want to pick up the veteran scar, which gives you 30 flat health, which always helps in the duels and the start. Yeah. Alright, so if you're not familiar with set, I'm gonna show you the abilities real quick here. I'm just gonna use the right one. I'm too lazy to do it myself. So as you can see here, we have this passive, which is Condemn for the weak, which is doing more damage with the less than 50% health. That's the Rage Shuriken, which throws out shurikens to do damages. Then there's this W, which is really interesting, which creates a shadow of yourself you can use for damages. Just like yourself, you can transfer it, and you can use it for gap closing as well. Then there's the E, which is called Shadow Slash, which is just surrounding yourself with damage. With a cooldown spell. Then there's Ultimate with Deathmark, which is really interesting, and I want to talk a bit more about this spell. It creates a shadow of yourself, which stays there for a short period of time. You can use it for, if you reactivate ability, you can see as it happens here that you shift the precision with yourself, its shadow. And the more damage you do to the person you marked the death mark with, will take more damage. So if you remember to use it first every time you want to kill a guy, that's the best way to assassinate the guy. So in the meanwhile, I was talking about the skills and stuff. I started to go in game here as a game I've been recording. So in this game, I'm playing against an Ari mid laner, and this is a bit of a boring part. So I'm just gonna skip this into the laning phase real quick here. Okay, here we are. And the minutes are coming, and as Seth's laning phase is pretty weak in the early game, so you really want to attack as many creep as you possibly can, and as you are melee, you want to dodge as much damage as possible. So as you can see here, I'm just trying to last hit as many creeps as possible. You really want to pick a Q in the first level, so so that you can last it as many creeps as possible. As you can see here, I'm missing quite a few, which is pretty bad. But usually I get more. But this one was a pretty bad game at the start. But you want to last it as many creeps as possible. And you can see here I'm pushing. I'm trying to see if I can push the Irie to a tower. So there's two ways you can try and place that in the start. You can either push the lane to start by picking Q and just pushing it, or you can try and let the opponent push. Let's see if you can figure out a gank from the jungler. So this is a team rank game. I played with my team, and it's promotion to challenger in 5v5 ranked. So the players are pretty high elo here. We talk about 50 points plus in Diamond 1 about everyone. So it's a pretty high elo game here. As I said, the early game is pretty weak, so I'm just gonna skip a bit here. Okay, so I didn't skip that much because there's a combo coming up here. So this thing you want to do in the laning phase is also sets poke. Since he's running energy, you can really just poke infinitely and drain the other guy's mana by outstaying the poke. So if you can see here, I'm using my W, my Living Shadow, as a slow tool with my E afterwards. So if you use it, use your E after your W, right after. They can't really dodge it. And it makes your Q way more easier to hit. The Q is also the spell you want to max out first. As you can see here, it hurts. It doesn't hurt that much, but if you're continuously doing it, it would hurt the enemy opponent quite a lot. Yeah. So once again here you can see that I'm using my poke again. And yet another thing that skills at a lot is roaming. So as soon as you hit level 6, you can really risk roam a lot. So the lane swap here, it's pretty hard to roam top from this point, but you can still roam bottom lane, which I will do later on. Okay, so I've just been back now, bought some AD. I do not remember what I bought right exactly, but I think it could be something like a Durance Blade and some Longsword, or maybe a Vampire Scepter for a Blade of the Ruin King, which is really core on set. And as you can see here, I use my my W for pushing as well. I do not know where the enemy opponent is, but since he was half low and had a lot of money, he was probably going back to buy as well as I did. So that's just what I want to say here. As I talked shortly about earlier, I said that Sid was really good at early roaming with his ultimate, and as you can see here, I'm fishing up a pretty easy kill on the bottom lane here, which is now what the top laners are on this Shen here. Yeah, this is the path you want to go if you want to roam a lot. It's really easy, good path to roam for easier kills. So as you can see here, after my successful gank bot lane, I have now my ult and cooldown, which results in that I can't really do shit in lane right now. Therefore I'm just gonna farm and do what's called dirty farming, where I more or less just farm everything I can in the mid lane and around the mid lane, which is the jungle as well. As you can see here, I'm doing the raves, and I was also trying to do the wolves to get as much gold as I can, because my kill potential without my ultimate is really low. So I'm just waiting for it to get back up. As you can see here, I'm getting the blue buff. You may think that, oh, Zed is the energy champion, he doesn't need the blue buff because it's only regenerates mana, but it do also increase your regen of energy and gives you cooldown reduction, which is pretty good on almost all champions. So this one allows me to do more damage because I have less cooldowns, I have much more energy to use all the time, and it's pretty good instead still. And as you can see here, it's the lead jungle, so he doesn't really need it that much because he also has one already. Yeah. Okay, so this will most likely be the last clip of the guide here. As you can see, we are pretty much ahead of a lot. So there's a fire erupting down here. Instead of using my ult directly, I'm using my living shadow first here to blow up the enemy carry. So I'm just gonna. The only one I could really be in range of there was the support. So I just want to ult someone to get a kill. As you can see, I did not get the kill, but I'm following up with my W and E to slow them up, and I'm just fetching up pretty easy kills here. So pretty clean fight we went here, and which results in a triple kill and an inhib, which will later result in Wales winning the game. Okay, guys, in the end here, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you will share this video if you liked it. You can always give me feedback. I'm really new at doing this. This is my first real video, so tell me if you want more, if there's something I should fix. As I said, I'm really new to this guy, so I really want to do more. If you want me to do more, if there's a special champion you want me to do a guide of, I can do that. Otherwise, I just want to say thank you for watching. You can follow me. You can look at the description. You can see where you can follow me, and leave a comment if you want to see more or whatever. Thanks. Bye.